Okay, it's just a little video of my rather sweet little BSA, which has given me some trials and tribulations. We've had the bike for probably 30 years more, and it's all run fine. There is a video on YouTube somewhere of it at Alton when we were on our way back. So it did a run down to the coast. Never was a great problem. Everything went fine. But since then, it sort of went downhill a little bit. Just couldn't, it's not as sweet as it was. It manifested itself last year when we tried to take it out, and it was missing badly and all sorts of upset. So this year, gave it a good service, went through it, but found that the carburetor was a problem. It was leaking air, and the slide was jamming. On close investigation, and it took me some time to do this, but on close investigation found that the car body itself was distorted, which is one of those, can't happen, but it's there. The slide was scoring front and rear, and as soon as you tightened it in any way, shape or form, and I don't mean cranked it, just pinched it up, the slide jammed. Checked it on a piece of glass, sanded it, flat, lovely, put it back on, same. Got a new spacer, sanded it again, put it back on, same. As soon as you put it even remotely tight, and you'd need to pinch it up a little bit, slide jammed. So after weeks of messing around, got a new carb. So we've now got a new carb on it, and touch wood, he says, it's now running again. Not perfectly sweet, I think it's just a little bit lean maybe, but yeah, it's running lovely again. So hopefully today we'll get it out, give it a road test, and see what leaks, see what doesn't. It has been round the block, but that's about it. So I was hoping to get out and do a proper test, give it sort of 10 or 20 miles, and I'm expecting to see maybe a leak here or there. The chain oil has always been a problem. It's always gushed out from the primary, which we'll see if we can. I've tried an experiment which is hopefully going to work, which is to slow that oil down a bit, because it does invent. Obviously, it oils the chain, lovely, but it also oils the rear wheel, not lovely. So we'll give that a spin later on and see if we can resolve that and be happy with it. It's a 1965 BSA B40. It's run as it came to me virtually. All those years ago, I've just kept it up together. If it's broke, I'll fix it. If it needs replacing, I'll replace it. But basically, it's an original bike. Mileage is sitting at 6,774 miles. That's obviously original. Came to me with about 4, I think. So it's never done any great mileage. Replaced the tyres, cables, stuck a mirror on it just because I needed to. Footrest rubbers, exhaust pipe has been replaced. That's the second time I've replaced it, because they just rot from the inside when you don't use them. Bike was originally supplied to, I'm going to say Ministry of Defence, probably is, as an auxiliary fire service bike. So it didn't originally have the badges on here. Tank had a ding in it which got painted, but it would have had a decal on there, AFS, or in red. And originally I think they came here with some sort of on the other side, a big brass fire extinguisher, and I have seen them in original sort of state, but basically it's a standard road going BSA B40, which is a variant of the sort of C15 class of bike, slightly different bits in the engine and whatever, just to increase the bore. Pattern silencers are way too noisy, but that's all that's available. The original exhaust was lovely and quiet actually, so we'll give it a spin and we'll see if it behaves itself. It's now on more modern rubber, and of course the original rubber was a very square profile, so you you've now got that rubber, which is, well, falls on its side far too easily. The bags aren't proper, but they are proper, if you see what I mean. Picked those up a few years ago when I bought a BMW. I sort of spied them in the back of the garage. I said, what are those? Guy says, I've got a couple of pairs if you want them. You can have them, 25 quid. It's happy days. I think the original ones were probably smaller. These are just ex-War Department bags. I think they're stamped up somewhere. Got a stamp on them. But they're proper sort of bags. Bit of a lash up to put them on, I suppose, but I don't know how else you would put them on. I figure that's some sort of an army rucksack, as if that's it comes. But they're on there. They're not going anywhere. Well, one hopes they're not going anywhere. It'd be a disaster if they do. And these are sticking out because where they've been folded up in the box, they sort of crush themselves. I'm going to pack this with cardboard just to keep the square shape. So if you look, I just put a box in there to keep that squareness, otherwise it just collapses into a sort of falling about mess. So this is sort of looks quite, I think, a bit more cardboard. Sounds like a bodge, but it is, well, it is a bodge, but so it's what you want, is that sort of squareness, so they look nice. They were in a Tupperware box for years. I've only ever used them about twice, and I figured, well, blimey, I might as well use them. There sits the new carburettor, about 200 and odd quid, and to be perfectly honest, it was just do it job. You know, it's just like they all come set up. Amel, they're down in Salisbury. Just send them your carb number, which is stamped. Oh, it's stamped on the side there, and that actually builds the carb to specification, all the correct jets and everything. So as long as your bike's standard, then it's not going to be an issue. As I say, it rides, well, it rides like a 1965 bike. I was 9 years old when this was made, so it was what I grew up seeing, I suppose, that sort of bike. It was a working man's bike. The decals are, well, just about there. It's a nice decal if it were there, but supplied by Faulkner's of Oxford. And the badge is still on there. So as I say, apart from fair wear and tear, it is an original bike. So hopefully we'll give it a spin and it won't let us down. We'll see if we can come back pleased.